Hello everyone, welcome to the show Real Talk with Reena again today, and we are here today with Muneet Narang, who is actually standing for elections from
Quandong Ward.
Quandong Ward. Yes, sorry, it's a little hard for me to say.
It took me also time to understand how to pronounce it.
How to
Because
pronounce.
I wanted to pronounce it in a good way and not
I know, it's a bit hard.
Quandong Ward,
Quandong
yes.
Ward, yes, absolutely. So we have got today Muneet, who is going to actually tell us what she has got on the table for the community and why she's standing for the elections this time. So welcome to the show, Muneet. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And thanks, Reena, for having this podcast with us. It will definitely help us to, spread our word around what we want to do and why we are standing for the election. So thank you for calling us here today in your studio.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Now, Muneet, how long have you been in this country?
So I came in 2015, and when I came on a spousal visa. Didn't have much understanding of how would this country work, and of course, it's a very different environment and a very different area
Than India, yeah.
Yes,
Completely different.
Completely
Yeah.
different. You're socially isolated. You are, dependent on your husband to get into your new friends and know people. It took me a lot of time to understand what are they trying to say to me.
Yeah.
A very different kind of an English,
and yeah.
their accent and everything, the slangs that they used. And it took me so much of time to understand, to get into the flow of Australia. And yes, today I can say that I can understand
Yes.
and I can represent that towards, back.
Yeah. So now we are Australians,
Oh,
right?
yes, of course we are Australians now. After having an Australian citizenship ceremony and everything, it made me believe that yes, we are Australians now.
Absolutely. So, Muneet, what do you do?
So when I came here, of course, I had a hard time of struggling life and everything. I worked as a waitress for 1.5 years.
Okay.
Worked in childcare centers and before and after school care programs. Got my uproot from there because in India I was a physiotherapist. Worked with children for 8 years in India, and once I came here, it took me time to understand about children development stages and everything. And then I moved into disability sector.
Yeah.
And I worked as an early childhood intervention coordinator and then as a local area coordinator. And right now I am in the community to advocate that for the same thing for the families and everything, what they can understand and what they can get benefits out of it, and how we can convince different families that why do they need help and where do they need help, how to help them, where we could link them up and everything. Otherwise, if I say what's my role and everything, I work as a support coordinator with NDIS Leap-in sector.
Okay, great. And you have kids, right?
Yes, I have 2 daughters.
You have 2 daughters. Geeta, 2 boys. You have 2 kids, 2
Yes,
girls.
girls, yes.
That's great. So, what unique qualities or experiences do you possess that make you the best candidate for representing the residents of Wyndham Vale in your local council?
Okay. I believe that for this, I would say I believe that my background in the community engagement, because I've been doing the community engagement from last 5-6 years now, and advocating for the parents or families or how they can get help, where they can get help, with the strong communication skills that I have learned through this country, makes me a great candidate to represent the diverse residents that we have in Wyndham Vale. So I would say I have worked with all different communities, so it helps me to advocate for them, what are they requiring in their own life to grow up.
Yeah.
So that is what I want to advocate for them, and I dedicate more of them to listen.
Yeah.
What they are trying to tell me. So that matters a lot, because somewhere you do need somebody whom you want to listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to be listened, and when you get that somebody who can listen to you, makes it more comfortable for you to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. It was a pretty good answer. So, how do you plan to actively engage with and listen to the concerns and priorities of the community in Wyndham Vale?
So, engaging in the community is a very strong term.
Yeah.
sorry, when we come and go around the people or go around the parks, normal parks that we are going, okay, talking to them, okay, who they are, what are they doing, just saying hello. When I came to Australia, it was a very good gesture that I learned from Australian people, okay, which is really helping me as a person a lot. I would say smiling to the other people, okay, which we have not seen in our culture, and it was pretty new to us. And it made me feel very close to the other people, that somebody is walking around and you say
Very
good
welcoming.
morning. Well, yes, very welcoming, right? You feel connected to them,
Yes.
you feel like talking to them, okay, so that makes things more comfortable in that area. And regular, I would say, if I want to progress, how I would do things, having some regular town hall meetings, having some regular barbecues, which are very common in Australia, having an online surveys or talking to the people around you, having the concerns that are prioritizing, okay, putting into the community, that can help me to know what the community needs and what I can bring forward towards them. So that is what I'm looking forward for.
Right. And can you provide something specific examples of your, in previous or past accomplishments, or demonstrate your any commitment of serving to the public interest?
I have made one concern at that time when I had my brother-in-law passed away due to a car accident, which was not his fault.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
At that time in 2020, this community, the Australian community, and everybody around me gave me a lot of strength. So that was the first triggering point that why I came into community, services and social services. People called me from far away places, okay, to give me condolences because my parents were not here, my in-laws were not here to give me that condolences. And that made me feel that yes, we need community to be more closer to each other, and this is what is bringing around. So I started advocating and joining in hands with different families who are going through domestic violence, or how to learn about things. I think there was a girl who came to me and she was like, oh, I don't know how to drive, I cannot go out. I gave her free driving lessons. I said,
Oh,
it's okay,
great.
take it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
learn to be independent, take it. There's a family who came from New Zealand, and the child was, with a special needs and was not getting any benefits. Okay, she's still under me, and I'm giving her free, occupational therapy sessions and behavior therapy sessions, and parents a training program to understand and to see how the child can be regulated and how the child could be benefited from that. Other than that, I have a few connections with other groups where, like Australian Multicultural Women Association, do become a part of it to serve the community. How many days we have, and are you okay days we have, contributing to those days, and making them feel a part of myself, okay, so that I can be a part of them. And other than that, doing some kids activities programs that I run once in a month in my area, so that mothers can come together, single mothers can come together, they can work on those parts,
Yep.
and helping parents to get early intervention programs.
Yes, that is very
understanding
important.
about that. Yes. So this is what is my contribution. Other than that, I run a small Facebook group with Archana and Neha. They started long back, called as Connecting Indian Moms in Australia. So I've been running that group with them, helping clients, or maybe you can say participants over there. They don't understand what school is better, why it is better, what to do, where to apply jobs for, doing free CVs and resumes, okay, preparing them for the interviews. That's what I've been doing around in the community.
Okay, that's a lot to do. That's a lot to do.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. So, how do you plan to foster transparency and accountability in your decision-making processes as a council member?
Okay, so I think transparency and accountability are a very paramount to have a good governance that we need. Okay, what is happening around us? What are the answers for that? If I'm not able to be transparent towards my own community and give them vague answers, that's not where they are looking forward to work
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
me,
They
right?
need really clear answers.
So holding those, public meetings where I can address to them that what to do, how it could be done, okay, and guiding them and taking some guidance from them so that I can contribute their voices towards the council.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what are they needing? What is their requirement? What is happening? What happened so far? It could be related to anything related in the community area. Maybe having a road that is underdeveloped, okay, or causing traffic in that area, or maybe a school that is not getting developed from a long time. What is happening? Getting those answers back to the community and providing the transparency. I believe that earning the trust of the community through being honest is the best part of being their representative.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that is absolutely true. Well, thank you so much. Just a few more questions. How do you plan to work collaboratively with other council members and stakeholders to achieve the positive? So I've seen a lot of time that people don't work together, and that is the reason the community suffers. So what are your plans towards it?
So yes, of course, for me, a teamwork really matters a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, if I say I am the best and just vote for me, okay, I think I am undermining the other work that the other people have done. Okay,
That is so
like in my council, I would say Mr. Peter. Okay, he has been a councillor from last 12 years. I've been learning, okay, how to do things, okay. Mia Shaw is there, okay, who's been counselor from so long, okay. And then Heather is there, okay. They have been working so good in the community. And I think it is all because they have all worked all together as a team. And that is what I'm looking forward for also, to work as a team. I don't say that just elect me and be a part, okay.
Yeah.
I still want hands-on experience with them, okay, to learn about what needs to be done, how it needs to be done. I might not know the inside knowledge of how to get the things done. But yes, if I better be into a team and learn from them and ask questions from them also, that would help me to understand how the things can be done.
Yeah.
So a teamwork is really important for that stage, okay? So leaving my ego apart or leaving my, other things apart, I don't want to get into those. But professionally, a teamwork, and I wanted to have a very happy team, okay? Not having a fighting team with you. Very happy, slow going, smooth, buttery road to work towards.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, how will you ensure that the voices of all the residents, including those of from the diverse background, and communities are heard and represented in the council decisions? How do you take their voice to the council? Because that's what the councils are for.
Yes.
So
if you see my, I've seen my board or my pamphlets, okay? So my most 3 words that I want to contribute is multiculturalism, infrastructure, and disability. And inclusion for these people, okay? So that, yes, they are being heard. So having small team meetings, okay? Having improvement meetings, having town hall meeting, having church meetings, okay, where I can get into survey that what is happening, I can contribute towards them, learning from them at that stage. Of course, I've seen people with disability, they are not being included properly, okay. So having those inclusion team meetings where we can set up some priorities for them. Why not to have their own ideas of what to do, getting them into contribution of what needs to be done, okay, getting their voice heard. So that would help me to grow and take those voices ahead in the community. And of course, listening to them again and again, like I said, listening is the best part of the communication. If I don't listen to them, okay, and I don't work on it, that means I'm not doing a great work.
yeah, that is it.
So listening, taking it inside, and of course, responding it back to them.
Yeah.
And not just going away and saying, oh, thank you for such a great question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than saying, thank you for putting out such a great question, if I'm unable to answer it, I will definitely ask my team to get back to you. If I'm able to answer it, I will be able to answer it. And, getting some voices heard back towards them so that they can feel included into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are the few concerns which you think Wyndham Vale is missing?
Towards listening.
No. Towards the infrastructure or anything, anything which Wyndham Vale is missing.
I think the Wyndham Vale area, or we say the western suburbs of Melbourne, okay, it has developed very drastically.
Yes.
As Wyndham Vale thought about it, council thought about
Yeah.
it. Okay, of course, getting so many multicultural people around us. and it has drastically grown, okay, and there have been infrastructure that are still in the line, okay, and council is still working on it, the government is still working towards it. Yes, it will take some time for them also to understand what needs to be done and
Yeah.
how it needs to be done, because they cannot give us vague answers.
Yeah.
Okay, so contributing it back, yes, this infrastructure is required and why it is required, what are the risks towards it. Okay, if you see there are there's only one way road, okay, from Bolton roads towards the Heath road, okay.
Yeah.
So it takes you around 45 minutes to just reach from Windowville to Tarnet,
Yeah.
which is just, I think, around 14 or 15 minutes drive
Yeah.
on a normal day.
Yeah.
But because it is a single way, okay, it becomes too much congested.
Yes.
You know, putting out the papers or something, a voice heard about what it could be done, and giving an answers back to the community that why it is not being done.
Yeah.
Okay, we do put our, oh, this is not done, we always crib about it, okay, but why, is there a reason behind it?
Yeah.
Okay, that why it is not being done, or when would it be done? Okay, or giving them some answers so that yes, they feel trusted,
Yeah.
they feel connected with us.
Yeah. So one thing we miss in Wyndham is a good function center. Because we all have to go to Epping to Heritage and do the functions.
Definitely,
so we really need a function center
yes,
there.
Yes, okay. And I know people have been struggling for that a lot. They have to travel like around 45 minutes to an hour drive. I mean myself, okay, have been
Yes.
driving an hour drive to go to different events over there. Yes, we can put in, if we contribute that, and this is one concern that community wants to put forward towards council, then let's get forward and let's put it through. Let's find out some area, okay, where it could be done, an area where there's parking place, an area where there's buses coming, okay, because most of us, we don't drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, most of single mothers, they don't drive, it's hard for them, okay, or people coming from different background, okay, they might not be able to drive right now, okay, but they can at least have bus access, okay. So if there is a parking lots available, there are buses available, and there is a point that yes, we can reach there, okay, and it has capacity, we can definitely put that project forward with the government and with the council and see what could be done with that.
Thank you. So, why should the public trust you for your votes? And how do you play to earn and maintain that trust throughout your team in the office? Sorry. Yeah. So, why would they vote you?
So I would ask the public trust in my candidacy, based on that I have a proven record in the community service that I've been doing from last almost 5 years now, and my dedication to transparency, that yes, I am there to give you transparent answers, and the accountability of the decisions that I take or I take forward with my genuine commitment towards the community makes me a very positive help me make a very positive difference in the Wyndham Vale community area, okay, considering the whole Wyndham Vale community area. And I would say I will work tirelessly to earn and maintain the trust of the public inside in me through the terms in my office. So I would say, if you trust in me and you trust in my principles, please do vote for me. And let's make Wyndham a good and a better area to stay.
Right. Thank you. Well, that was a really good answer, Muneet. Last question. So, in your opinion, who sets you apart from your fellow candidates and makes you the most qualified and deserving candidate for the role of the council member in Wyndham Vale?
I think it's, if I say what sets me apart from my fellow candidates that I've learned from nearby area, my comprehensive understanding of the issues around the Wyndham Vale area, and my proven ability to bring that community all together, okay, to achieve those common goals for the community, gives me a passion to run for these elections. So this is what sets me apart.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Muneet. I know there are a lot of candidates in the community who have just stood just because, and they don't even know A, B, C of elections, right? And they're standing as a candidate. I'm glad you know your way, you know what you're doing. You have worked in the community, actually worked in the community, and especially for the parents, and that is something which really connects people. So thank you so much is there any message you want to give to the public?
I would just say that I believe that if I have a combination of my experience and the leadership skills and dedication to work in the community, I can definitely bring a great change in the Wyndham Vale areas and to the families around living in that area. So please help that, proven records to be done, and please help me to get further and get into my dreams of making Wyndham a very good area. Thank you.
Thank you, Muneet. So that was Muneet Narang from Wyndham Vale. And sorry, what was the...
Quandong Ward.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, it's so hard for me to
that's
say.
okay.
So and hope whosoever stands there, all the best to everyone, and all the best to Muneet as well. And thank you for listening to the show, Real Talk with Reena. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.